What's up YouTube? My name is Chad. This is the Wisco Boater channel. Today I'm going to do something a little bit different. It's still kind of boating related because it is going to involve the, if I get in the picture here, the Outboard, the 90 horsepower heaving in the corner over there. But I'm going to try a new product here, new to me. I don't know how old this company is, but I bought these pulley systems from a company called Tie Boss. I'm not affiliated with them. This isn't a product endorsement in any way. Since I've never used it, I have no idea how this is actually going to work. But I bought two sets of these. One is a 300-pound capacity pulley system with ratchet style, like Venetian blind stopper that you can pull on the rope and then stop it just like you would a Venetian blind. Each of these has two pulleys on it, which will give me a 2-to-1 advantage for lifting that motor. I also bought two 150-pound capacity, I don't even know what you call these things. It's like a pulley tie-down system. But anyway, I will be using these later in another video because these are going to be for hoisting the dinghy up on the back of the Catalina. So we'll look at that later, but for now I'm going to get these 300-pound capacity ones out of the packaging and figure out how I'm going to attach these to the ceiling, and then the idea here is to lift that motor up and put it on the engine stand. This will take the place of the engine hoist that I've been renting every time we need to pull a motor off a boat, and I think that I can set this up. I've already got two hooks in the ceiling up there, eye bolts, that are anchored into the ceiling rafters, joists, whatever they're called. So if I position a boat right underneath, I should be able to lift a motor off with relative ease. Now, a 2-to-1 advantage is going to put about, in this particular motor, it weighs, the book says it weighs 247 pounds. With the cowling off, the propeller off, I'm guessing it's probably going to be in the 230-pound range. So it's going to give me a lifting weight of about, well, I'll figure out the math. Two ropes, one on each hand, to lift the motor up and put it on the engine stand. So the first thing I have to do is get these things mounted, and then so hopefully this will be a pretty cool trick. I bought these at EAA AirVenture Oshkosh last week when I was working the show. They had a booth kind of close to us, and I kept watching them all week long, thinking, what could I use those for? My first thought was for the dinghy, for the back of the Chris-Craft, but then I thought, if I buy these, then I won't have to rent an engine hoist every single time, which is not that far away, and it's not that expensive. It's like 28 bucks for a day, but you got to go pick it up, you got to put it together, do your lift, take it all apart, take it back. So I'm hoping that I can set up more of a permanent lifting solution here in the garage to where I can lift outboard motors with relative ease. And as a side note, some of you may be wondering what's up with the visors all of a sudden in all the videos, because I used to wear hats all the time. I've had some people ask me this, why are you wearing visors all the time? Well, I've always worn visors, just not all that often. But for some reason, maybe because I'm getting older, I've started to get headaches wearing hats. So I've got 100 hats. So they're just kind of a collection now in the office, and I'm switching over to visors. So that's the story behind the visor. All right, so I've just taken these out of the package here. It comes with the, let's see, what do we call this? There's a set of instructions, two sets of instructions that come with this. And we have, we call this the tie-down body. So we've got a tie-down body along with some 3/8 rope, and then each set comes with, I think, 50 feet of rope and two pulleys. I have two sets, so I have two tie-down bodies and 4 pulleys, 2 sets of ropes, so I can build 2 sets. So, all right, so there are all the parts. These are also comes with a hanging hook for each one of the bodies here. So again, these are rated 300 pounds maximum load, 3/8 rope. So 300 pounds maximum load. I actually have 600 pounds capacity. And just do the math here real quick. I was pretty close. So this is actually, 2 pulleys gives you a 3-to-1 advantage. I think I said 2. So 1-to-1 would be just the body. A 2-to-1 advantage would be 1 pulley. And a 3-to-1 advantage is going to be a 2 pulley system. So 230 pounds is going to be 76 pounds for the entire engine. So with two systems set up, divide 76 by 2, and what do you get? 37 and a half or so. Is that right? 38 pounds. So both arms are going to be lifting 38 pounds to lift up a 230 pound engine. So that's the idea here. So I'll get all this set up and show you how it looks, see how this is going to work. All right, so I got my dad here today, and we're going to move the outboard up to right around in this area where these ropes are hanging. And we're going to try these tie bosses out to see if we can lift this motor up and get it onto the engine stand. So first thing we're going to do is just basically slide it along the ground here to get it in the general area. And then we'll hook it up to the pulleys and see if it works. So we should be just lifting, each of us should be lifting about 36.5 pounds to do this, according to the math. Take off the tension, make sure it's not going to fall into the car. Ready? Yep. That feels like. Oh yeah, and make sure the rope's unlocked. All right, it's hanging. They just put it and lock your lock.
Yeah, but I'm just wondering why I didn't do much of anything in it. I don't know if it's okay. You got so much friction here, maybe.
Oh, that could be. They're twisted.
Yeah, because it was definitely more than 36 pounds.
It did feel more than 36 pounds.
Exactly.
But
something to do with it.
It is hanging. So I've got like 18 inches between the engine and my car. So hopefully this goes.
Could move your car.
I know it could.
Ready?
Yep.
That's more than 36 pounds.
It does feel like more than 36. We're almost there though. Ready? Okay. Lock that. Okay. There.
Uh-oh,
Yep.
I've been replaced.
Yeah.
Can I use your bench grinder quick?
Yeah.
Already broke.
Oh.
Flipped it over and body pulled off, broke the post.
Oh, jeez. Let's set it back down a little bit. All right, well, we're gonna pause here for today. I've got it, got everything safetied. The engine is hanging off the ground, but I do have it tied off to the wall there. So everything is safetied in place. The engine's not gonna go anywhere. If it does, it's just gonna fall onto that and then go backwards. So my vehicle is safe. Dad's out there doing something with his truck. So what I need to do before I go any further is reinforce this board here because it was bending pretty good with the weight. And I wondered that using this, this 1/2-inch board, just not quite strong enough. So I'm gonna have to reinforce that with some 2x4s or something and make sure we take the bend out of it. Might be just some clamping that's needed, but I'll figure out some way to reinforce that and then we'll get back to this the next day or two. All right, so I added some supports to the front of the engine stand here, a 2x6 on the top and a 2x4 on the bottom. I'll trim those off later, but I also notched out where the transom catches will go. I had to do this because in order to get this board as high as possible to support it, I had to make room for the bolts to come through and still get the nuts in place. So that's why the notches are there. So I didn't video any of that, just screwing some boards in place. That's not a big deal. But now I'm going to try and get the first couple of bolts pushed through on the one side, and then my garage is at an angle, so you can see this side's already down in that pocket, this side's not. So I'm going to have to adjust the pulleys just a little bit in order to hopefully let this side of the engine down just a little bit more so I can get those bolts lined up. All right, let's see if I can make this work. Pull that out of there. Drive this top bolt in first before I can get that pin to go sideways. Well, this is in, but this is not in alignment. Bummer. Okay, this side is mounted. I videoed it, but trust me, it was going to be too much editing because my language is not pretty. So, but this is all I'm going to do tonight. I'm not going to relieve the pressure off of the pulleys tonight. I'm just going to keep those in place, and then tomorrow I'll come back and take a look at this again just to make sure everything is set. But for now, happy with where this is at. I'm a sweaty mess. It took quite an effort to do this alone, and I'm not sure that someone helping me would have made much of a difference, but I do appreciate my dad's help, obviously, getting this over here anyway, and neighbor Jeff for helping me move the engine in the first place. But for now, until tomorrow, until I figure out it is absolutely secure, I'm going to leave tension on the pulleys. Okay, it is the next day. It is really, really hot today, and muggy as can be, but I just can't help myself, so I came out here, and I'm gonna be all sweaty again by the end of the night, but that's all right. So first thing I'm gonna do is relieve the pressure, or relieve the tension off of the motor here, and listen to see if I have any cracking noises. I need to do these at the same time so that the pulley over here doesn't pull the motor that way. But it should be just a simple matter of unlocking the ropes, letting go. No cracking. So boards are good. Let's take a look here and see if we have any bending. I don't see any evidence of the board bending. Didn't really think I would, because obviously with a 2x6 up there and a 2x4 down there, that's adding a ton of strength. So I think we have some success here, and now I can move the engine around as I need. Yeah, I think that all works out. So, well, I hope you enjoyed that video of me demonstrating how the Boss pulley systems work. That's really kind of what this video was more about. I know I showed a little bit of mounting the engine on the mount here, but the Bosses worked great, and those are going to stay in place for any of the future projects I may have. They were a little bit harder to lift this engine than we thought, but I think there was some friction in the ropes that caused that. So I'll just make sure we have those straight next time. But for lifting a 250-pound engine, it worked out great. So this engine is going to go up for sale. I'm not going to do anything to it. I thought about maybe making it a fall or winter project just to have something to do, but I'll find something else. And this will be the end of the road for me. But these tie boss things worked out great. I would highly recommend them if it's something you need rather than operating an engine hoist or renting an engine hoist whenever you need to. Worked great. So hope you enjoyed the video. Hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, send me some comments, and if you want to be notified when I post new videos like this one on anything boating related, hit that notification bell. We'll see you next time on the Wisco Boater channel. Happy boating, everybody.